Absolutely brilliant. You ought to go into sales, mate. So good morning, everyone. So my name is John Druce. So I'm the co-chair of the South East Apprenticeship Ambassador Network. I work for a broadcasting communications infrastructure company based in Winchester. But I'm not going to talk about them today. I am going to talk about the Apprenticeship Ambassador Network. So, but I do remember I've been probably presenting this event for the last 2 or 3 years. So, quick show of hands, who's seen me present at this event before? All right. Who hasn't seen me at this event before? Okay. Who doesn't care whether they're or not? A couple of hands go up. All right. Okay. So what I'd like to do is just talk to you about the Apprenticeship Ambassador Network, what we do, and what we're trying to do to help increase and promote apprenticeships across the country and the local economy, sort of thing. And we do have a number of ambassadors in the room. So again, can we just have a quick show of hands? If you are an active member of the Apprenticeship Ambassador Network, can you put your hands up? All right, so there's several people in the room, including the young apprentice ambassadors as well. Okay, so again, if you do want to talk to them later on, then please do. So who and what is the network then? So, well, first of all, we are a national group, we're a national body. So, as I said, we're the southeast, quite a big geographical region. From the Thames Valley goes right up to Oxford and right down to Kent in the east, and actually down into Dorset. So we've probably got the largest geographical region. So therefore we split it into sort of 5 sub-regions, and Alison from Invotra said that we're part of the Enterprise M3, which is really the M3 corridor area sort of thing. So we're covering that. So we are supported by the National Apprenticeship Service. We're given a grant to support our activities. So again, earlier on Sue said that we're one of the sponsors of this event. So that grant enables us to work with ALPS and FSB to co-host and co-sponsor events with the attempt of trying to engage employers, engage parents, engage learners, and talk about apprenticeships and promote them, sort of thing. So we get a grant, and again, the graduation as well in Guildford will make a contribution to that to enable it to happen. So we're trying to promote activities and events that will promote apprenticeships. So we're part of a bigger picture as well, and that will and I'll explain what the benefits that brings as well. And then we have a number of sort of core activities. I mean, we have a vision, we have a mission, and all that sort of stuff as well behind the scenes. But I'm not going to go into all that detail. But I will just say about our mission. Yeah. So we do have a mission to be a movement that champions apprenticeships, and I use that word sort of pointedly. Yeah, we want to be a movement. We want to be a voice for change, a voice for the good of apprenticeships, because everybody that's part of the network recognises that apprenticeships work for the employer. And we've just heard from Alison about the great and Louis about the great example by Invotra. They'll work for the police force, they work for organisations of any size, sort of thing. So they work for the employer, they absolutely work for the learner, and Louis was just a great example of that, and they work for the community. They work for everybody. So we all passionately believe in that. So here are the 4 things that we really get involved in. So first of all, signposting. Yeah. Even as ambassadors, we meet about once every quarter. We have discussions and debates, and we all recognise that no one of us knows everything there is to know. We're all asking each other questions about what are you doing about that, how are you doing? So we share best practice. But what that does enable us to do is, if you are an employer that doesn't actually do apprenticeships at the moment and you want some advice, then actually we've got the answers. And sometimes people are put off from trying to do apprenticeships because it feels too hard, or they can't find the right information. Well, if I don't know the answer, I know someone that does know the answer. It's normally Sue, I hasten to add, but we know where we can get the answers. So signposting is about that. Come and find us, and we can point you in the right direction. Storytelling is probably our biggest thing. So today is a bit of a storytelling event. So it's about young apprentice ambassadors, it's about employer ambassadors actually sharing their stories, all right? Sharing the pitfalls, Alison, yeah? Because, again, actually everything that Alison was saying resonated with me, because I thought, actually, in 2008, when I was first doing apprentices, we went through exactly that same journey. And actually, we still go through that journey because we're introducing new programs and new standards. And every time you're running it for the first time, oh, we haven't quite got that right, and we get it better next time and stuff like that. So it's a continuous journey, but we share our stories and successes. And I'll be delighted in a moment to introduce two of our apprentices from Arqiva, but who are active members of the Young Apprentice Ambassador Network, to talk about their journey. So we tell our stories. Okay, we celebrate, all right, because if you're a member of the Apprenticeship Ambassador Network, you must like a party. These are the rules, yeah, okay? So we love to have events, so like the Guildford celebration, what's the word? Graduation, that's the word. It's a great celebration of apprenticeships. To see people at levels 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever level are, in a cap and a gown, having a day out, just on a par to a university graduation, and actually making that statement that what you have done is a fantastic achievement and you should be recognised for it. All right, so we do those sort of things. We co-sponsor the FSB. We've sponsored an award at the FSB Awards. We sponsor some business awards, all with the purpose of actually shining a light on raising the profile of apprenticeship. So we do lots of celebrating. And the final one, sharing insight. Okay, so I said earlier on that we are part of this national network. All right, so we do share feedback into the national groups, and that actually does enable us to share feedback about what's happening out on the ground to the government effectively. All right, but equally, it also means that the government come to us. So, for example, T-levels, when they're introducing T-levels, they come to us because they recognise that we are a bunch of proactive, constructive employers who will give them constructive but honest feedback about what's happening out there as well. So we've already created a quite a strong movement and influence, and are actually well regarded in those circles within the Department of Education. So a number of things, I think. So again, you know, if you're an employer who's thinking, right, I'd like to try these apprenticeships but don't know who to talk to, then do come and talk to us. If you are actively involved in apprenticeships, then please come and join us, because again, we want to be that movement, and the more members we have, the stronger our movement. We would absolutely love, David, to have representatives from Surrey Constabulary, absolutely, because again, that's going to raise your profile.
They're yours.
They're mine, that's fine. That's for 200, wasn't it? 200. Yeah, but I don't want to take them off the beat, so we'll just, yeah, absolutely. So, it really is the more the merrier. All we ask of you is please come and be an active member, not a passive member. Get involved, go to some school events, go to college events, join us at our events, and actually spread the word about apprenticeships, because they work for everybody. Okay. So that's about our network, and now I'm delighted to pass the baton on to two of Arqiva's apprentices. But one of the things actually we do as an employer is that we actively encourage our apprentices to be members of the Ambassador Network. So we do have a young ambassador group, so that's for anybody that's under the age of 27. They either have to be an apprentice or someone that has done an apprenticeship. Okay, and in particular we encourage them to go to schools and colleges to talk at those type of career events, because there's, as you can imagine, if I go to a school event and try and convince a 16 or 17-year-old to take an apprenticeship, he just thinks it's some one of his mates' granddads sort of saying, trying to give him sort of career advice, and oh God, the world has changed, mate, and all that. But actually, a young person talking to a young person like Louis, and if you're in a school and a college talking to kids about their opportunities, they're going to buy it. They're going to buy it, because the passion, the enthusiasm is far better. So I'm going to hand the baton over. The other thing that one other thing that when I was doing these slides that struck me when I did these slides was. It made me realised that I've only got one suit. And I really do need to up my sort of thing. So anyway, so that's my goal for next year. But I have got a new badge, as you can see.
And you've changed your tie.
Yeah, and I've changed my tie. Thank you very much. Yeah. So, but anyway, without any further ado, let me hand you over to Beth and Hope, who are just going to tell you about their apprenticeship journey. All right, so Beth and Hope.
Good morning everyone, so I'm Hope and this is Beth, and we're both project manager apprentices at Arqiva, and obviously we are both young apprentice ambassadors as well. So I'm going to start by telling you a bit about my story and how I came to my apprenticeship. So my story starts back in a lovely town called King's Lynn in Norfolk. I went to college after high school and studied travel and tourism, but like most 17, 18 year olds I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So I started to look what I was good at, what I enjoyed doing, and that kind of led me to events management. I liked organising my friends from nights out to girls' holidays, and I liked doing some at college as well. We've done quite a few there as well. So I decided events management was for me, and I was strongly pushed towards taking the university route. So I did apply for quite a few universities, and I got my place at Hertfordshire, and that was me set. I was going to do that. But like Louis said earlier, who wants to really be in debt? I don't really want the debt, it didn't really appeal to me. So I had a conversation actually with my parents. My brother at the time was taking an engineering apprenticeship, and they said to me, look at him, he's doing great, why don't you do something like that? So I started to have a look on Indeed at events management jobs in general, and apprenticeships if there were any in the events industry. And that's when I stumbled across project management. I saw there's a lot more opportunities in project management further in my career, and the pay was a lot better than what an events manager was. So I decided that project management was for me, and then looked on Indeed and found Arqiva, and I applied. So Arqiva is actually based in Winchester, so it's a little bit far away from little old Norfolk. But I was going to move for university anyway, so to me at the time, which might seem a little bit crazy, moving for a job, same as moving for university, so why not do it? So I did. I took the risk and I moved to Winchester, started my apprenticeship. I think it's quite a big risk for Arqiva to take me on, as well as it was for me to put myself out there and go to Arqiva, because obviously if I didn't like it, I could have left. But we've been given loads of opportunities, which Beth is now going to tell you a bit about. I'll hand over to you then.
So we're active members of this Young Apprentice Ambassador Network, which has been brilliant. So we've done that from the start. So we've done loads now of school events, college events, so from sort of career fairs like this kind of thing to just assembly talks. So we go sort of share our story with all the younger people to try and inspire them to also follow our journeys. So as well as this though, we do quite a lot of things at work as well. So we're active members of the diversity network at work. So that sort of includes promoting diversity and inclusion in the workplace. So obviously being two young females in sort of a STEM environment is quite a big thing at the moment. So we like to encourage that. So as part of that, we're also role models. So that's for the WISE company. Do you know what that stands for? I can't remember. But essentially,
Women in Science and Engineering.
Yeah, it's to do with STEM, and we sort of have profiles which then younger females can also have a profile, and they can like match themselves to people with similar sort of interests and stuff. So that's really great. Again, as a different way of promoting sort of what we do and our job. And I mean, both of us had never heard of Arqiva before starting, so to be able to promote Arqiva as well as project management apprenticeships that I hadn't heard of, and sort of STEM careers in general, I think is really good. We've had events, so this week actually as part of National Apprenticeship Week, we've had an open evening at work, so lots of young people from around the area came in the evening, and we had sort of discussions with them. We had a practice assessment centre workshop, and sort of various different events and stuff, and we both obviously helped out with that, which is again really good, I think. And it's good to do all these things, not just for the younger people out there sort of potentially starting their journeys, but also for us to be able to network and meet loads of different people, and obviously help like us build our confidence and stuff, both of us, before joining Arqiva and becoming part of the Young Ambassador Network. We hated presenting, still do to a point, but we do it anyway. So we've definitely, I think, come a long way since starting, and hopefully we're both super excited to keep going with our journeys and going to lots of events and stuff. So yeah, it's been really good. If anyone's got sort of any questions for us about anything, please feel free to come and talk to us later.
Yeah. Okay. Obviously they're wearing their ambassador t-shirts on purpose, so they're very, very visible, so please do come and grab them later on.
I think one thing John forgot to mention actually, John is an apprentice himself.
Oh yes,
so
I am an apprentice.
not
Yes,
only
yes.
do we have young apprentices, we have old ones.
Thank you.
But John,